Hi everyone, it's Myra, and thank you for being here with me. And if you are new here in this YouTube channel of mine, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're tuning in here right now because you probably see it through the title. I had COVID. I am happy I beat the COVID. So I just want to share. I was gonna make it a short story about this. I just want to share it to you guys so you could be aware of what are the symptoms and what to do, and find out how I cope with this and how I am doing right now after my COVID experience. So let's begin with the symptoms. First day I got the symptoms was like early in the morning, Sunday early in the morning. I woke up at 4 o'clock. I was running a temp of 100.5. I was having a body ache, chills, and a headache. And at that time, I don't have a runny nose. I don't have a stuffy nose. I am not coughing. And the only thing I have at the time that I could remember is like I have an itchy throat, which is I thought it's maybe because I am thirsty because of having a body heat, and considering that I have fever at that time. So I immediately called my I did not immediately call my boss. That was before that. I took Tylenol and kind of sleep it up. I knew at the time I already have symptoms of COVID, and I knew at the time that I'm pretty sure I have COVID because I've been dealing a lot of positive case of COVID at work, even though I'm wearing a full PPE protection and using, every precaution that we are supposed to use. So I sleep it off after taking Tylenol, woke up at 10 o'clock, and I called my boss and I notified my boss about how I feel, because obviously I got this from work. So I told my boss my symptoms, and my boss told me just kind of like stay at home and just come by for the testing the next day, which is Monday the 14th, and we'll do a testing. It's like a drive-through testing. So that's what I did. I stay home, woke up the next day, Monday. I'm still having a temp, and I went to work and get tested. I called my boss to let my boss knows that I'm waiting in the drive-through for my testing kit to arrive. So someone came and I did my testing, and done with my testing, went home. I knew at that time I have COVID because of the symptoms. Is pretty obviously symptoms of the patient that we are taking care at work. So came back home, take out my clothes and crawl to bed and just sleep. I got a headache. At that time, I was still able to eat. I managed to warm up the food that I have and eat and then sleep. I've been very, very sleepy. Before I'm a light sleeper, but now it's like even though I open my eyes, I just turn around to the side, I fall asleep immediately. So yeah, I don't have Monday, I don't have runny nose, still a stuffy nose, headache, itchy throat, and body ache. My body ache runs from half of my body, from my waistline all the way down to my legs. How it feels is like it's being pulled off to my entire half body. It feels like I've been hit by a truck. That's what it feels. I have never had a flu before, so I don't know what the flu like experience, but as most people said, it's basically the same as the COVID, but it's the worst. So anyway, so that's how it feels. So Tuesday evening, same thing. I'm running a fever, 100.5 my temp, aching, my body aches so bad. And my boss called and, to tell me that the testing result came back, and unfortunately I am positive. So I was no surprise about that because I knew I have COVID. That's why as soon as I felt the symptoms, I did not go anywhere. I stayed home the whole time because I don't want to spread it out. So my boss asked me if I'm having symptoms. I said yes. My nose is really stuffy. My nasal area, the cavity was like feeling inflamed. I've been sneezing a lot, constantly sneezing. My eyes was just like watery. It feels the heat coming up. I've been breathing through my mouth, not my nose, because it's so congested that it's just like I cannot smell, I cannot taste. So, but I've been trying to eat because I don't want to lose my energy and get worse. Oh, she was so sorry about how I feel. And she told me, is there anything I can help you? Do you need any medication? Do you want us to drop anything? I said, I'm fine. I'm always have medication here because first of all, I have a daughter that she always gets sick a lot. And so we always have cough syrup, Tylenol medication, like first aid medication stuff that we need. So I got those. And what else we got? So yes, it's like then the third day I've been contacted by public health asking me some question because like from work, when you're tested positive, the work has to submit it to people who are positive through the public health. So the public health contacted me and asked me when did my symptoms started. And I tell immediately it was like started on Sunday early morning. And they asked me who I been in contact in the last 14 days. I said basically at work because the whole 2 weeks I've been working. Basically at work, home, work, home. Do you having contact with anybody? I said no. Basically I'm work all the time. I've not been going to party or anything. So asked me if I've been out of town, overseas. I said no. I've been basically home, work. So that's about it. It's like okay. And asked me what my symptoms, when did my symptoms started. I told them started on Sunday early morning. Body ache, sore throat, temp, and stuffy nose, like really feel the chills. That's about it. And so the public health nurse told me that okay, when you first started having symptoms, did you go out anywhere? Because I guess we are contagious on the last 3 days that we having symptoms. That's the worst time that we are able to spread out the COVID. And I said no. I just basically went out to my work to get tested, then came back home. I did not go anywhere. It's like okay. So because I already know, because I deal with this all the time, the COVID at work. So then she told me like okay, in your 10 we'll give you 10 days and you'll be done quarantine for 10 days. So I said, oh, am I able to go back to work during those 10 days? So she told me it depends on how's your work policy, but our work policy is like 14 days and you have to be 72 hour. No, not 72. It's like you have to be symptoms free before you're able to get back to work. So she told me it's like okay, I will put a note that you have until the I think the 24th, 25, and so to make it safe that I can go back to work. So that's what she did. She sent me an email about it. So anyway, I am sharing this to you guys because this is something that not to take it like not so serious. This is a very serious matter. It's actually, I myself will tell you how it is so uncomfortable at that time during my symptoms, and for the last 7 days that I've been dealing with it, it was just like, I tell you, I called pretty much all the saints, the angels, to help me, relieve the pain. It was so painful. I mean, lucky enough that my symptoms of COVID just mainly hit my head area, but still it's the worst symptoms. Some people I know, they're having difficulty breathing. Their lungs are like being hit by COVID, so they have to do some infusion. But I am so grateful that it's just like, mainly mine is like, it's more like a cold, severe cold symptoms that is like, my nasal cavity was like inflamed, feels like it's going to explode, and I breathe through my mouth, and my nose is so stuffy. I have no runny nose, not coughing at all. It's just like my head, it was just like twice bigger as it is right now. That's how it feels. And the body ache is just the worst body ache I have ever experienced in my life. And it was just like, I am so cold all the time. Like, I put on socks, I take off socks, I put on socks, I take off socks. So every night, the whole course of those 7 days that I'm worse, I've been taking 650 milligram Tylenol like every night, because it's the nighttime is where I always have temp. So yeah, that's a hell. It's a hell. So anyway, I'm just glad that I did get it, because before I haven't get it, I always like concerned, oh no, like I'm gonna get it. Like, I always have peers, like I always scared about getting it, like, and since I got it, I said, okay, now I finally get to experience it. The thing about it is, like, since I've been dealing with the COVID symptoms a lot at work, I did not feel different. Like, I did not feel new about this. I know what to do right away. Like, I know when to call the provider right away, my healthcare provider, and I know when to quarantine right away. As soon as I hit the symptoms, I said to myself that, okay, I got this. So I immediately treat myself as a positive, even though I am not positive, because I don't want to run around the public and doing things and having to spread this virus and make it worse for the public. So I think it helps me having to experience dealing COVID with other people. And I was able to apply that to my own situation. I did not feel nervous. I did not feel scared, because like I said, I dealt this all the time, so I know what to do. So one thing that we have to remember is just like, be prepared, don't act like stupid enough to just consider as nothing. When people say this is a virus that is like very alarming, just consider it alarming right away. Like, take care of yourself right away. Don't just ignore it. Like I said before, keep like, once you have the symptoms, right away, isolate yourself. Warn your people that you are close in contact right away, that you have feeling this way, kind of keep their eyes open for themselves, and you don't want them to kind of like feeling in the dark that you didn't give them a warning about your condition. So I am sharing this not to scare this to you guys. I am sharing this to kind of give you ideas like what to do. I think for some people that have underlying condition, I think this is frightening, but I would consider it's like the only times that it get worsen the condition is when you get struck with nervous breakdown right away. You panic, and it's kind of sense to your brain that, oh no, I have this COVID, and a lot of people died from this COVID. Yes, it's true, a lot of people died from this COVID, but the thing is like we put that in our brain right away instead of like, okay, I have COVID, take it easy. This is what I'm gonna do. Contact my healthcare provider. Keep an eye on myself, making sure I'm breathing okay. Just take one step at a time. Don't get yourself all worked out, because your whole body system react to it, and which is the triggers is not good. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like I think we bring negativity right away to ourselves. So some people, when they have COVID, this is the time that you will find out who really does cares a lot about you. Which is, I find, a lot of people will cares about you at these times of tragedy. People will call you and send you texts, ask you what do you need, if you eat, do you need soup and stuff, which is, it's very, very nice to know. And yeah, I am so happy I'm okay now. I once in a while I spike up some headache, but so far it's my 14 days from the day one I've been sick. I'm okay now. The other thing that I forgot to mention is like another symptoms is like you have like upset stomach during the course of having COVID too. So I experienced that. I experienced having to run to the bathroom a lot of times and not being able to smell anything and taste anything. So that's disappointing, but I take it as like easy, because I continue and strive my best to be able to eat, because I said I don't want to get sicker anymore. So with us, the only person that can help us are ourselves. So if we get worse, it's because we decided to not do anything. We decided to just lay in bed. I did not lay in bed a lot. I don't want to lay in bed a lot because I don't want to get pneumonia. So I decided that every day I will take a shower and do little things in the house. Like I move from my bed to the couch because I don't want to stay in my bed the whole time. So yeah, I would say definitely don't get nervous. Keep an eye on the symptoms that you're having. Call the providers, healthcare providers, and isolate yourself, and making sure you have plenty of water to drink, or any kinds of drinks that you would like to have, and reach out for your family because they can help and support you. And yeah, that's all I could say. And I want to say thank you for those who contacted me and sent me a lovely message through Facebook and Instagram and my YouTube. Thank you so much. I am grateful to be having you all guys caring and messaging me. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. I am feeling much better now. Pretty soon I will be going back to work, and I am no longer feeling scared that anytime I'm gonna get COVID, because I already get it, and I feel now was able to provide more of my patients with the COVID symptoms because I already have it, and no fears for me to have it again for a while. So yeah, thank you so much. I am glad to be able to share this to you guys. Don't be scared once you get COVID. What you need to do is keep in mind you're only one that can take care of this by watching yourselves and taking care of yourself. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.